bring everybody on board.
Yeah.
What is manifesting is a ballot revolution, such that has never happened before in Nigeria, not even in 2015. Therefore, revolutions usually in history are not powered by the elites. That's the point I'm making. And the people who feel the brunt, who wear the shoes, are the Talakawans, the Mekunus of this world, Ndogwe of this world. And these are our prime targets.
Yes.
And that's why you see the surge in registrations. Since the Obi has become very useful, you have seen the capacity. And like my brother here said, these people are doing these things without shit, which is a function of revolution. People don't ask what is the need for them. We are doing this thing on mobilization of our own personal resources. We are not looking up to anybody to fund us, but if you give us, we will collect. Do you understand? But that is not our primary motive. Therefore, the elites we talk about, what percentage of the voting population do they have?
Zero.
They're less than 5%. With or without them, we will be happy that they join us. But if they don't join us, and if they don't take time, they will do those along the way. Of course, they are people who want to support corrupt systems where they are rent collectors. They benefit from.
Definitely.
So I do not expect such elites, particularly those who have not seen the light. I am not expecting them to come out openly to support us. But let me also tell you this, even if it should not be said. Most of these people shouting, they are supporting us behind the scene. They are mobilizing their materials and all of that. Because themselves too, they know that it's time to go. They have had enough, and what they now have is a quick notice. So with or without them, we will arrive at our destination.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They are feeling the brunt of what is happening in this country. If one person is killed in the south, you can be rest assured more than almost 100 is killed in the north. Yeah. They are agricultural farmers. Their land has been ravaged.
Yes.
They cannot go to their farms to farm. Their economy is completely going down the drain. If you want to travel from here to Kaduna, you will have to try to pray and fast. If you are a Christian, you will do your normal fasting and prayers. Up to now, the trains are not on the road. You can see the heavy movement of the security men on the road from here to Kaduna. I want you to tell me, for them feeling this particular heat more than anybody, how could they, in their own thinking, will not vote for Peter Obi? It's practically impossible.
Yeah.
I just came back from Katsina, Kaduna, Kano, and Jigawa. I was amazed. If any one of you have been watching news, you must have seen us, how people troop out en masse to come and support the candidature of Peter Obi and Deti Baba Ahmed. This is a confirmed fact. You can see it. It's not as if we created it. And none of them were mobilized to be in those halls. They came by themselves.
On their own accord.
On their own accord. In the Northeast, similar thing has happened.
Adamawa.
You saw what happened in Adamawa and then in Gombe. The same thing is happening. You saw what happened is happening in Benue State, Plateau, and the rest of them. So these are the northern states, and there are people, and they are ready to vote. This is an unconventional mobilization.
Fantastic.
The conventional mobilization is also done to also ensure that the TUC, the NLC, NC Front, all mobilizing, joining group are mobilizing not only in their offices, they are mobilizing across the polling units. And that is where the mayhem is being conducted. But our people are being asked to act obediently, act civil, be obediently and deadly, so that you will be able to have an election come 2023. It's a mission to rescue Nigeria. And I can assure you there are those who do not want that to happen. We must work and organize ourselves to ensure that every Nigerian, whether you are from the north or from the west or from the east, ladies and gentlemen, poverty does not know a Hausa man. Poverty does not know a Yoruba man. Poverty does not know an Igbo man. A Shekiri or Edo or anybody. You are a poor man, you are a poor man. And this situation of insecurity has made almost all of us poor. We cannot be sure of our lives. And so therefore, we are obediently moving to rescue Nigeria. Thank you.
We are therefore on a mission to reset Nigeria, to fulfill our foundational mandate, where peace and justice shall reign. In Nigeria, where social justice and institutional democratic values are well respected, so that the labors of our heroes past shall not be in vain. Gentlemen of the press, this has become more exigent now as the country is fast drifting and descending towards the dire precipice of collapse, comparable only in the path taken by a few failed states in Africa and Asia. The urgency to rise to the occasion at this critical juncture compels self-reflection and a compelling need for patriotism that is driven by the zeal to save Nigeria as opposed to vested interests. There is no doubt that Nigeria under President Muhammadu Buhari is bedeviled and befollowed by a myriad of security challenges never seen or experienced since our independence in 1960. The country has indeed been confronted with the vast security threats ranging from election violence, census crisis, ethno-religious conflicts, communal clashes, militancy and terrorism, but most of these were either localized or sporadic before the advent of this horrendous administration. Unfortunately, what we have been witnessing since 2015 is the amalgamation and multi-mix of all these crises, all happening simultaneously, unhindered and in a terrifying fashion across Nigeria. Nowhere is safe in the 36 states of the country, with the roads, rail, and air travels constituting a nightmare for Nigerians. The country is under the siege of terrorists, bandits, and other criminal gangs holding sway over swaths of ongoing territories from the north to the south, east and west. The most disheartening of these challenges is the fact that there is a well-orchestrated plan by foreign terrorists with their sponsors to cause more havoc and entrench a chaotic atmosphere and a dangerous agenda. While the daily killings and bloodletting of Nigerians have continued unabated under the All Progressive Congress APC-led federal government, to make matters worse, President Buhari administration from all indications looks dazed, clueless, and incapable of taming the deteriorating economic and political situation in the country. Similarly, the country's economy is in shambles, with little or no effort to turn things around. Poor fiscal and monetary policies under a largely intellectually docile Minister of Finance and a politically compromised Central Bank of Nigeria governor, in addition to a non-existent presidential economic management team, have combined to usher in the worst form of inflation, scorched-earth economic policies, free fall of the naira, and badly managed petroleum industry, especially the downstream sector. Consequently, Nigeria is occupying the unenviable position of the poverty capital of the world, with poor development indicators in all spheres of the economy. The high rate of poverty has also exacerbated criminal activities and other forms of vices in the society. The Nigerian students have been kept away from institutions of higher learning as a result of long avoidable strike by lecturers and other staff of tertiary education institutions by the lack of education priority of the APC-led federal government. What this ugly scenario shows is that APC and the Buhari administration have failed woefully in all indices and indicators of good governance. They failed miserably to deliver on the three key areas they anchored the administration on, which are to improve security, the economy, and the anti-corruption fight. The ruling party has broken all the negative records and brought the country to its lowest point. We may want to say that the party has only shown a capacity for propaganda and amplifying actions and decisions that further polarize Nigerians along our fault lines. Another 4 or 8 years under a party that has shown an absolute lack of capacity to govern will destroy this country, and we must collectively rise to stop this now. Accordingly, Nigerian youth with their future under threat are answering this clarion call to rise to the occasion. But having examined all the candidates, no one, I repeat, no one fits the bill to galvanize the country out of the current doldrums other than His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, the former governor of Anambra State, under our great party, the Labour Party. Mr. Obi has most of the qualities of a hands-on 21st century leader who understands the dynamics of governance, both at the local, national, and global levels. He represents a paradigm shift and an ideal for a new Nigeria that our youth are proud to champion. He is a fill-in portrait of what a 21st century Nigerian president should be, beyond the vagaries of a wasteful elite built on patronage and cronyism. Obi has had a stellar performance, both in private and public office, has equally picked another breath of fresh air personality in Dr. Yusuf Datti Ahmed as his vice. Gentlemen of the press, fortunately, in a period where the old hawks have polluted the electoral system with money politics and monetary inducements to hold the country hostage, Nigerian youths have reason to say never again. These committed youths, under the tag name Obi-Dient, are rallying around the Obi and Datti Ahmed candidacy, whom they believe are departures from the past, a very ugly past. Their emergence has galvanized Nigerians, and the Obi-Dient movement is growing organically across the country and globally. The movement is a pan-African, pan-Nigerian, and all-inclusive one, unlike other parties struggling with ethnic, religious, and geopolitical exclusion. The Obi-Dient movement is also not limited to Nigeria, as our diaspora community, consisting of some of the most brilliant brains, victims of what we call brain drain. It's the most limited to Nigeria, as our diaspora community, consisting of some of the most brilliant brains in the world, are actively involved. They believe that it is possible to transform Nigeria into a useful and respected actor in the international community. This is with the view